I'm Big Blue, bringing you the best of New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. Oh, that always gets me going in the morning or the afternoon or what time of day it is. Oh, I just hit the microphone with the key. Wanted to do two things today. We're going to do a 49ers Giants breakdown show on Friday and give our predictions. I wanted to do a quick, brief update on Saquon Barkley, and I am going to do what I truly think of the New York Giants YouTube community. That should be interesting, but let's get into Saquon Barkley really fast. They're saying right now that he has of course, ACL tear. They're also reporting that he has a partial tear in his meniscus and a sprained MCL. All right, guys, I'm going to tell you this right now. Take it from a guy who's had multiple knee surgeries. MRIs mean nothing. It is going to be, once they get the knee open, what they're going to find. The amount of swelling that he has in his knee right now, even during the MRI, sometimes the MRI cannot penetrate that amount of swelling. So you don't know the full extent of the damage until you get in and actually do the surgery. At one point, they thought I had a torn ACL. I had a torn ACL, and I also had a tear in my meniscus and my mid-meniscus. And the second time, they thought it was just an ACL tear, and I had a complete ACL tear and another tear in meniscus, and they had to actually do a ACL replacement surgery using part of my patella tendon. So, you know what? The MRIs are great, but like I said, they don't tell the full story. The surgery will tell the full story. Once we find the extent of what that is, that's kind of going to be what we're going to know about his rehab. And like I said, I don't think he, I don't think he wrecked the knee. I don't think he ripped all the main tendons and, ligaments. Like I said, I think it's just what it is. And like I said, it's probably going to be 8 months to a year. I know everyone talks about how Adrian Peterson came back at 8 months. Adrian Peterson and Saquon Barkley are two different running backs. Adrian Peterson is more of a north-south running back. Saquon Barkley is more of I don't like calling him a scat back because he has the size and the ability to be a power back, but he seems to have more of a tendency to want to dance, pirouette, and do everything else. So you know what? He's had that problem since his rookie season. They always tell him, like I said, Shermer told him, you need to attack the line. And once he attacked the line in his rookie season, he became Saquon Barkley. So, like I said, we just have to kind of just wait and see where we're at. Now, I wanted to have a conversation about the Giant YouTube community. Why? Because I get a lot of crap, and honestly, I don't care. The crap doesn't bother me. Why does the crap doesn't bother me? Because I only do this for fun, and I've said it a bazillion times, once it stops being fun, I will stop. And it's come to that point a couple times. And like I said, I started out doing podcasts, and I actually prefer doing podcasts. And I've been on a lot of people's shows with their podcasts. So, it's, and like I said, I think we bring a different perspective and opinion because of the fact that I have a history and experiences that most people do not have. But one of the things that bothers me is the fact that we are always considered negative. It's funny because I'll be negative one day and I'm a homer the next day. I'm not negative. Negative does not equal honest. I am honest. I take off the fan glasses. I take off the Giant fan glasses and look at things from an outside perspective. And that's what I do. And like I said, this is more of a entertainment-based channel and an opinion-based channel. We don't try to, one-up anybody. And also, to be perfectly honest, and I've said this a million times, I don't watch other Giant YouTubers. I did early on a year ago, but I stopped doing that a year ago. Why? Because I want to formulate my own opinion, have my own perspective, have my own ability to formulate what I think. And I don't want to be clouded or judged by someone else's video, which is why we don't do that. Plus the fact that I'm not really into YouTube. I've said it before, I'm a biker. I'd rather watch movies, I'd rather hang out with the dogs, the wife, and the kids, I'd rather do things like that. So I'm not going to sit there and spend my free time, if I make a YouTube video, watching a YouTube video. And it bothers me also, and I don't care, like I said, I don't care what people think about my expertise or what my resume is, because I have people say, well, you can't do all these things you said you did. Well, I don't care if you believe me or not. Really don't. I know the truth. And that's all that matters. And people that know me and watch this channel that know me know the truth. And I find it funny when people are like, wow, you can't have sources on a team if you don't work for that team. That was one of the stupidest statements I've ever heard. I know C-level people at Amazon. Does that mean I can't know them because I don't work for Amazon? No, you meet people over your career and your lifetime, and you stay in touch with a lot of people. At least I do. I'm that guy that always knows a guy. People always go to me, well, who do you know? I know a guy, and I help you get this because I know a guy. And honestly, some of our contacts, and I was thinking about it, and other people have always brought up more things, a lot of our contacts in the league that people say we don't have come up with pretty accurate information. I mean, we called the Matt Rule hire a day before to the Panthers. Why? Because someone that worked in Carolina told us that he's not, and I love it, and I can say it now because the guy no longer works for the Panthers. He worked in their travel department. He told me that there was no travel instructions for Rule that night, that day, that he had no plan. He wasn't booked on a private jet. He wasn't booked on this. He wasn't going anywhere. So we kind of put two and two together that he was going to sign with the Panthers. We had a contact tell us directly that the Giants were going to sign Bradbury and Blake Martinez. We did a video that said they will sign Bradbury and Blake Martinez. We had another contact who worked in Leonard Williams' agent's office that said Leonard Williams wanted Aaron Donald money. We did that video the day after Christmas, and I got blasted for almost 6-7 months before someone finally came out and said his agent came out and said, we want Aaron Donald money. We called 100% the drafting of Andrew Thomas because we had a contact who told us there was no way in hell the Giants were going to let Andrew Thomas slip past them. And they had fears that Washington was going to take him. And then I find it interesting because there was a misconception all the time that when Blake Martinez and James Bradbury signed their contracts that they restructured their deal, so they could fit under the cap and put more of it as a signing bonus and salary. And everyone says that restructures the deal. And this is what started a lot of arguments. No, they didn't restructure their deal. And I even had a contact who contacted the NFL office and even said, no, the deals weren't restructured. They filed an addendum to the contract because they were never officially signed off on by the NFL. So there was no restructure. But everyone called it a restructure, and I kept saying no. They redid, or it was a redo of the contract, or they put an addendum to the contract. And like I said, I've had people tell me, yeah, you got this right, you got this right, you got that right. Well, you've probably gotten right on things, at least when we try to predict things, at least 65-70% of the time. So, and those are the people that I like doing the channel for. Like I said, we don't always break news or information, but we've done a pretty good job in the last year. And if anyone would have told me that within a year I had 400,000 subscribers, 400,000 views in a year, almost 400,000 views in a year and over 4,000 subscribers, I would say you're freaking nuts. Who the hell wants to listen to me? But you know what? People ask me, well, what do I think of the Giant YouTube community? I'll tell you straight. I'll be straight and honest because I had some idiot email me the other day. I'm going to grab a bottle of water because this is going to be fun. Hey, email me the other day and say, oh, if you need to just stop being so, what did they say? I need to stop being so passive aggressive in this. You know what? I'm not passive aggressive. If I don't like you, I'll tell you I don't like you. Plain and simple. And I'll tell you right now, Bad Dog. I watch Bad Dog stuff comes up on my queue sometimes. Yes, I watch Bad Dog once in a while. Why? Because he reminds me of guys that I hang out with and people I know. Plain and simple. And you know what? He comes off as basically just giving stuff from an honest, straightforward opinion, and I respect that. Ron Effect. Ron Effect was one of the first YouTubers I ever watched. Some people don't like Ron Effect. I like Ron Effect. I think he's funny. He cracks me up sometimes. Why? Because he's honest, he's raw, and he tells you what his honest thought process is. He doesn't sit there and come off as a giant expert. He comes off as a fan. And I love that. And the people are like, well, he rants in this. I like the rants. I think it's awesome. You got people ranting like OGR. OGR, man, you're going to have a rebuttal channel? You know what you need to do? You actually have to have some type of expertise to rebut something. You Googling something and say, I'm right because I Googled this. That tells me nothing. Tell me about how you strapped it on and played it in college or in high school. Tell me how you did something like that. Tell me how you were the statistician on your high school team or something like that. Tell me about how you worked on your kid's high school football team as a defensive coordinator or something like that. Don't just Google something and say, well, and you know, and the biggest idiot that he is, he goes to me, he takes something I said and goes, well, you know, he's totally wrong. And all I said is we have 5,000 Victor Cruzes. And he comes and he takes that and morphs that into, the people in the NFL, the undrafted free agents make up 15% of the NFL, and I feel vindicated because of that, because I found a Google article. Yeah, dumbass. You know what I said? I said for every one Victor Cruz, there are 150 Reggie White Juniors. And you know what? Not one of the wide receivers made the squad. So I don't respect that channel because there's nothing to respect there. Kid Blue and the Hub, to me, they're both the same. I think Kid Blue's got some good opinions. I think they, you know, if I can't take them 100% seriously because of the fact that, again, if you've never, and my thing is this, there is a reason why the majority of the coaches in the NFL have played at least at the college level. Because you need to know something about the sport to I think accurately talk about something. I could talk about Harley Davidsons. I could talk about taking apart a flathead. But you turn around and you take me into a room and start talking about architecture, I couldn't tell you anything. I couldn't tell you how to build something. So I think you have to have some knowledge. You have to have some skill set to become an expert or give your expert opinion, because a lot of these people come up with their expert opinions. I don't have an expert opinion. I have my opinion. And I state that freely all the time. This is my opinion. And then you got people like Capizzle. I don't know. He seems. I've watched. I don't think I've ever watched his video. I've seen his videos. He seems, from what people tell me, he rants. You know. And again, that's the thing, that if you want to be a passionate Giant fan and you want to rant, I think that's good. You know, because I think Giant fans need a lot more of that. And I think Giant fans need a lot more honesty. Like Mike Too Nice. I think he does more like highlight videos and stuff. I see a lot of his videos, like highlight videos and stuff. I haven't got a chance to watch them. I think I watched one or two of them. He did I think it was a Giant retrospective video. I think that was pretty good. I think it was a year-end video or a highlight video for the Giants. I think I watched it. I think that was interesting. So let's get into the juxt of the issue, Mr. Entertainer. Oh, Mr. Entertainer. You know what? I have, and I'm gonna say it straight up honest. I have no problem with Mr. Entertainer, with Chris the Entertainer. He doesn't bother me. He doesn't get under my skin. You know what bothers me and gets under my skin about him is his little minions. He talks about people from my page coming over, but I talk to people on my page and that are subscribers to him, and they say, no, we never see any comments about you. And you know, it's funny. It's because he deletes comments, and that's, you know, that's my biggest problem with the Entertainer. He deletes his negative comments. I leave my negative comments up. Why? To me, because it's a badge of honor. Because I've said it a million times. I want people to disagree with me. I want to have a debate. I want to have an opinion. I want people to say, you know what, Tim, you're wrong about this. Why? Because it makes for a better channel. And you know what? Mr. Entertainer is too thin-skinned. And I've said this before. And I've said this to him. You know, and because I've seen it, you know, and when I first watched it a year ago, and people told me, you challenge him, he goes off. You challenge me, I want to hear your opinion, and I want to hear why. I don't want just people to just give me their opinion. You know what bugs me about comments I get sometimes? People have a difference of opinion, but they do not follow up with logic behind that opinion. And I think that is an issue. I think if you're going to have an opinion, you need to follow up with logic. And that's what I'm going to say. And, you know, and that's what I say about that. You know, and it's the same thing. You know, like I said, that's all I want from people. You can leave me nasty comments, because I've gotten some nasty comments. I've read them before. And I read them to people like Brooklyn Hit Squad. People ask me, why do you like Brooklyn Hit Squad so much? Because you know what? He's a good kid. He's trying. And anything that he does is his opinion based. He doesn't come off like he's an expert. He doesn't come off like it's like he is, he's Vince Lombardi. He comes off and tells you, I think this is a good sign. I think this is a bad sign. I love having, doing shows with him. Why? Because it keeps me on my toes. And there's been plenty of times that he has said things that I was like, you know what? You're right. You were 100% right. I was wrong. Because I can say I was wrong. How many other people, giant YouTubers, can say that they were wrong? I can say it. I'll say it right now. You know what? I got into the spat with an entertainer about a year ago or whatever. Because of the fact that he says, well, I made him look bad because I did a rebuttal video. I didn't do a rebuttal video. I don't do rebuttal videos. I don't watch people to do a rebuttal video. It's amazing that, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram, people all have the same opinion on it. I go take shit off of YouTube? No. Take shit off Instagram? Yes. Off of Twitter? Yes. But I will say this, that I was wrong. What I was wrong about was the conversation I had with the entertainer got personal. It shouldn't have gotten personal. And you know what, Chris? I apologize for that. I am a big enough person to stand up and say, I apologize. It should not have gone that level, but you know what? My issue is, and it's been this way my whole life. I get attacked. I attack. I attack back. And I don't, and the thing is, with me, like anyone else, if I think I'm right, I will defend that opinion to the bitter end, and I will defend it against anyone and anything at any time. Without a problem. But I will say that conversation did get, and it got personal on his part too. But I will say that conversation got personal, and I do regret that, and I do apologize for that. But I don't apologize for the content that led up to it, because you were wrong, didn't do a rebuttal video, and I don't even remember what the rebuttal video even was. Half the time, why I like doing podcasts? Half the time, this is getting into a podcast. Half the time, I'm in a podcast and I ramble. And I can ramble on for 40, 50 minutes and not even know what I say half the time, because I love it. People will say, oh, I can't believe you said that. And I have to go back and listen, because I'm like, oh my God, I did say that. I have no problem with Chris's channel. And I have more of a problem with the people on his channel who think I have a problem with his channel, who then come over to mine and decide to say derogatory things. I've had people make personal comments. The same thing with OGR. You make a personal attack at me, I am going to come after you. And I'm going to come after you like there is no tomorrow. So, and that's why I said, the Chris comment was personal, and I apologize for that, because I understand that. But when people come over, when drones and minions try to come over and say some of the things they have said, to me that crosses the line, and I'm not going to deal with that. And I will go after you for that. I will even make a challenge. Not even a challenge. I will make an offer. Why? Because I'm just that type of guy. I will willingly go on the entertainer show. It could even be a live stream. I don't like live streams, but it could even be a live stream. And we can discuss this issue. We can discuss this opinion out loud in front of the community. And then once it's resolved, we can talk Giants. Because we're all doing the same thing here. We're all trying to talk Giants. But like I said, if I think you're coming off as not Chris, I'm not saying Chris, but I'm thinking if someone's coming off as and like I said, I don't like channels that come off with as if they're experts and they look like they've never strapped on the helmet once or have done anything in the sport. I don't watch that. And maybe people think I'm cocky and arrogant, but you know what? I've been cocky and arrogant for 52 years. It's not going to change. I've been watching the Giants live since 1976. I was there when they opened the Meadowlands. Hell, I was at the Giant Jet preseason game when they opened MetLife. So you know what? I've seen the good. I've seen the bad. I've seen it all. And like I said, if you stay till the end of this, I appreciate it. Again, like I said, that is my opinion on the Giant YouTube community. That is my opinion on The Entertainer. And again, like I said, I do apologize, Mr. Chris at The Entertainer, that if it got personal, that's, you know what, that is a regret. And I do apologize for that. You know, if I've ever watched your video, it was probably maybe 9 months ago. So I think you need to stop thinking I'm watching. Ooh. It's like, I'm a ghost. I watch everybody. I don't watch, guys. Guys, I wish. I had a conversation with someone, and they were like, well, do you watch this? And do you watch this? I'm going to tell you something right now. Never seen The Sopranos. Never seen Game of Thrones. Never seen Dancing with the Stars. Never watched Survivor. I forgot all the other shows that were like huge shows. I never watched those. Never seen any of the Lord of the Rings. Never seen any. There was a whole bunch of movies he went through. I didn't watch them. I don't watch them. It's not me. I watch, you know, my wife yells at me because I watch stuff over and over again. Like, I love Gladiator. Frost. Sometimes it makes the blade stick. I mean, I can watch movies over and over again. I can watch stupid movies over and over again. Like, I can watch Strange Brew over and over again. I can watch, you know, if I watch TV, I can watch The Office over and over again. You know, it was funny. I was talking to another subscriber, asked me what I was watching the other day. I was watching Speed Racer from 2007. You know, I mean, that's the shit I watch. And a lot of times, I'm just in the garage with the TV on in the back. But I'm not watching any of you guys on YouTube. And I did make a mistake of leaving a comment on OGR's page because of the fact that I got pissed off because I got all these emails from people saying he's talking trash about you when he was not even talking trash about the right thing that I was saying. Now, some people are going to think this is my au revoir, my farewell to the New York Giants YouTube community. It's not. I'm not going to do as many videos as I normally have been doing because of the fact that life has been going on too much and virtual schooling and everything else. And I'm looking at a 2011 Harley-Davidson rocker, C. So there'll be a lot of work involved in that. Plus we got the holidays and everything coming out. But like I said, I am making that offer, leaving it out there, one-time deal, one-time shot. And you know what? Honestly, if I did it and it was agreed upon, it probably would literally be a one-time shot. Because, like I said, I don't have time to live stream. I'm actually sitting here doing this, you know, on the kitchen table because I'm doing 3 other projects at the same time. But I want to get this out and get it done. And it's running kind of long, but, you know, we're going to end it there. And again, this is Tim with Online Big Blue, bringing you the best in New York Giants sports talk and entertainment. And as always, if you could like, if you could subscribe, if you could ring that bell, I think you know what that means. That'd be awesome.